Good morning, Operations Manager Stuart Krelsham, CFA District 23. Welcome to August-September. Firstly, a couple of clarifications on name changes. As of the 1st of July, the old northeast area changed to the Hume region. And collectively, the old regions, numbered regions, 12, 22, 23 and 24, now are districts. So we are now District 23 in Hume region, and that allows us to line up with other emergency services and government agencies across northeastern Victoria. So a really good change for us to be talking with the same groups of people about the same group patches of land. Some other things that have happened around our patch over the last couple of months. Firstly, the amalgamation of the Yarrawonga urban and rural brigades. So now they join Mansfield, Benalla and Rutherglen from several years ago to form the Yarrawonga Fire Brigade, and that ends the delineation between urban and rural brigades in our largely populated urban centres. A couple of other things that have happened with boundary alignment. As of around the 5th of September, that Yarrawonga group, the whole of Yarrawonga group in Moira Shire, will move across and be managed from District 22, so they'll be part of District 22. And again, that's about alignment of municipalities to position us better as an emergency service organisation and provide better service to the community. On the other hand, we welcome Bowman's Mamungi into the Wangaratta Group and District 23, and Morley Brigade into Moyu Group. Springhurst Brigade and Burman Brigade will push into the Wangaratta Group and join them as part of the rural city of Wangaratta. And sometime down the track, after we get some comms systems sorted out, Rutherglen Group, the remainder of Rutherglen Group, less Springhurst and Burman, will move across into District 24 and form part of the Indigo catchment there. So some significant moves there. Okay, other things. As you remember, about 12 months ago, the Royal Commission put out an interim report, which was this document. Just recently, they put out their final report, which was these documents, or these several documents. Now they are available on the Royal Commission website, and there's links to the CFA website into that. A hard copy of that is also available on the front counter here at the district headquarters, so you're welcome to come in and peruse that in one of the meeting rooms. Can I recommend to you, to start off with, there's a summary of it, which is a short read which summarises the recommendations and points. But there is some good reading in the body of the document. With that came a large amount of funding. And if you bear with me, I want to summarise some of the funding which will come into fire services and emergency managements and communities across our patch. 13.7 million for community information, 6.1 million for township protection plans, a great project, 3.4 million to support local government in relation to fire prevention planning, 5.5 million to assist fire management planning, 1.2 million to research into warning sirens at CFA stations, that'll be interesting, 1.3 million to provide advice to property owners, 2.5 million to expand fire safe kids via 2 mobile units, 800,000 to provide bushfire safety policy training to all CFA members, $700,000 for volunteer identification cards, 113 million for additional permanent firefighters, CFA, MFB and DSC across the board, 44.5 million support package for volunteer firefighters, including emergency pages, upgrades to training equipment and employment of more volunteer support officers, 23.8 million to retrofit CFA fire trucks with sprinklers and roll down fire blankets, and also GPS tracking in trucks. What a fantastic thing. Well overdue, but we'll take that. 15.7 million for CFA radio communications interoperability and radio black spot remediation. 12.6 million for structural firefighting PPE. 8 million for statewide network of incident control centres and upgrades. 6 million to upgrade One Source, One Message website to military standards to withstand the high volume stuff. 450,000 for joint fire agency training and incident management team exercising, and 2.3 million for fire related research. So a significant amount of funding coming into fire agencies across the state. Fantastic. Right, a number of captains and officers of group have joined us after the elections, and can we welcome Barry Clark, Bowyer, Ashley Gabler, Stewarton, Frank Harbottle at Springhurst, Tony Jones, Norrong, Gordon Laporteman, Glen Rowan, Mal O'Halloran at Waganya, Brad Smith, Cornishtown, and John Wells at Wang North. And officers into the groups: Trevor Cheeseman, Rutherglen, takes a step up. Trent Buskell's back at Rutherglen. Neil Brown, Devonish. Greg Fisher at Rutherglen. Rob Fraser at Devonish. Lyndon Hart, Yarrawonga. Neil Stiles, Rutherglen. Kane Waring at Wangaratta Group. Tanique Bolt at Devonish. Mike Glenister, Wangaratta. John Fleming, Rutherglen. And Johnny Barnard's also there, taking over the group officer's role at Wangaratta. So welcome aboard. Most of those people we met last week and went through an induction program, and we talked about leadership in District 23. May I say thank you wholeheartedly to the outgoing captains and officers of the group. There's many people who have served our district, our region, our area, our communities extremely well for long periods of time. Number of structure fires across our patch over recent weeks. I don't like singling out particular jobs, but the Mansfield group at Main Dample, I know that was down on the ground by the time you pretty much got there, but then the Mansfield Hotel over the weekend, where that fire was confined. It could have done a lot more damage if not for the great work of Rob Gardner and his team at the Mansfield Brigade, and broadly the firefighters of the Mansfield group and other people who attended. So well done, good stuff. Number of questions have been asked to me about service awards. We've been around presenting the new CFA Service Awards. You've heard me talk about that on a number of occasions. May I just reiterate, here is my jacket, and as you see, my old service award sits above the right pocket, above the name tag, and the point of the star is not quite touching the top of the name tag. So if you have the new service award, the same deal on the jacket, the medal sits above the right hand pocket, and also there's positioning of the lapel pin and the ribbon. Now those are all on the CFA website of how you wear those, or if you need to contact the regional headquarters, we can reinforce and send you out something in the mail. So that's that. Okay, pre-season preparedness. Now there's going to be a lot going on with projects around the Hume area and District 23, but can I just reiterate the basic stuff about making sure your people are prepared with proper equipment, that your trucks are prepared, that the weekly runs are happening, and that you're doing your training and exercising leading up to the fire season. People have got their pages on, there's batteries in them, and that should be an all year round event. Now remembering too, there's been some upgrades to pages, and if people haven't had their pages on, they will not be receiving messages at this time. Okay, because those upgrades, there was 4 windows, and if people had their pages sitting in the kitchen drawer, they won't be upgraded, they won't be working. So they need to individually come in or to the the district headquarters. It's going to take me some time too. Okay, last but not least, over the next few days we will be experiencing significant rain across the northeast, and if you look at the river behind me, I'm not sure if you can see, but that's the King River. It's at minor flood levels as we speak. Now several more inches of rain in the catchments are going to have those rivers busting their banks. The Ovens, the King, the Broken River, a whole lot of other areas across our patch. Can I just reinforce to you that as we support our brothers and sisters in the SES, that you take care across river crossings. So remember all the basic rules about testing water levels, about where we put our trucks, about ensuring that we're properly attired for the job we're doing, and stay safe during the next couple of days, in particular in those flood waters. I look forward to talking to you again next month, and take care.